Welcome to the first inaugural All About the Bills YouTube videos and podcast show. I'm your host, Mr. Baldhead, aka the Mustache Menace, aka Mr. Brown Sipper. Alright, giving you a little introduction. Like I said, my name is Draper J. I'm your host. I'm hoping you're tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the first show. And I'll give you a little bit of background by myself, how I became a Buffalo Bills fan. Back in the early 90s, it's hard to believe, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, that they actually played all the Bills games on television down here on NBC. So that's basically what I had to watch every Sunday. And take it back further than that, when I first fell in love with football, I watched Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. And I became enamored and then fell in love with the game of football from the early age of maybe 8, 9-ish years old. And I really didn't have a team, so I just really was just ready for the next season to start. And then, hey, lo and behold, the red, white, and blue was on television. So I go way back to Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, James Lofton, Ken Hull, Phil Hansen, who else? Cornelius Bennett, aka Biscuit, even on down to Mark Kelso and Henry Jones. So I've been a Bills fan for at least almost 30 years. So, and that leads me into my next segue into the reason why I made this podcast and YouTube channel is because so I can interact with the fans and just talk sports. And maybe just 20-30 minutes time out of you, and you may can turn me on your podcast provider, or maybe you're sitting down at the house, you maybe can check out the YouTube channel. Since this is my first show, I'd like to give you my insight on last season, the season review. I think last season was very fun. I mean, I didn't want it to end because this has been a very long time. Even though we made the playoffs back in 2017, it wasn't like how it was this year. I mean, we actually didn't have to have this team lose or this right here to happen for us to get in. We actually got in ourselves, clinched it against Pittsburgh, 17-10, and we got on in. We easily could have ended up 11-5 instead of 10-6, but I say I give it this season it's a good grade as far as I give it like a B-, just off the cusp of how it felt. We have many more seasons like this coming up, especially with Coach Sean McDermott. Now that leads me into my next topic. I'm going to be in the next coming weeks giving out a report card or expectation list of different individuals. First, we're going to do Sean McDermott, Coach McDermott today. Next, we're going to do Josh Allen, Brian Dable, and Leslie Frazier. And finally, to end it all, Brandon Beane. That being said, let's jump directly into our expectations over here at All About the Bills. And this first one, this is how I view the NFL season. 16 games. Every 4 games, it's like a report card. So the first four weeks, that's a quarter. The next 4, that's the second quarter. The next 4, third quarter, and the final 4. That's the last quarter, 16 games. That's all you get. Each 4 games, you have to at least go 3-1, 4-0. If we tie 2-2, that's cool. We can't fall into those two. We can't go 2-2 too many times throughout the season. Go 2-2 3 times out of the season, it's pretty much over with. Unless some kind of thing just happened at the end of the season, everybody else collapses ahead of you, and you win 4 straight games and you get in. But hey, the NFL is very unpredictable. Look who won the Super Bowl. In my mind, I thought it was gonna be Baltimore. Last season, we were on that pace: 3-1 first 4 games, 3-1 second tier games, 3-1 that third tier, and that was like, I want to say after the Dallas game, we were like 9-3. So we were on that pace. we can do it. But this year, the teams get a little bit harder. And that's gonna lead me to my next one on the same topic. Top dog. We got KC at home. We got San Fran on the road in San Francisco. We got the LA Rams at the house. And I'm not buying the fact that the record, what it was last year, they still are a very loaded team. They have a very good defense, damn good defense, and they actually have a very good offense still. I expect them to come back just as they did that year they went to the Super Bowl. So don't overlook the Rams because last year, everybody changes. It's a new year. And we have Seattle at home. So my expectations on it, as far as overall about the Bills, is with those 4 teams, KC, San Fran, LA Rams. As a matter of fact, like San Fran, I didn't even forgot to mention, hey, they were in the Super Bowl too. So we got to really step our game up if we want to be considered championship caliber. Once again, we got Kansas City, San Francisco, Rams, Seattle. 3 of those are at home. And you know our coach's mantra, protect our dirt. So my expectation in it is for us to at least win 2 of those 4 games. If you're losing to too many of those top dog teams, even if you make the playoffs, it's really not going to be validated. You're not going to be looked at as a team that really can do it unless you just get hot at the right time, and those are varying. Those situations vary. Yeah, you have to beat 2 of those. You have to beat 2 of those top dog teams, especially on the schedule. So look at Baltimore. Look at San Fran. Even Seattle last year. They were able to show that they can go in and beat big teams and, take care of their business and move on to the next. Beat the teams that you're supposed to beat, most definitely. That's a signal or a sign of a championship team. So McDermott got to go 2-2 in those 4 games. Fringe teams are the teams that at the end of the season they may be neck and neck battling with you, like for maybe a wild card spot. So you have to be able to take those games most definitely. You got Pittsburgh at home. And of course, they're going to have Big Ben back this year. Juju Smith-Schuster. I hope I said his name right. Juju on the beat. James Conner. And that defense really wasn't a joke. I mean, if you really think about it. That defense, once they got Fitzpatrick, Mika Fitzpatrick, I think they led the league, or they were like amongst the top in the league. I don't have the stats right here, right off the top of my head. They were at the top of the league as far as turnovers, and they were at the top of the league in sacking the quarterback. So if you put that with a healthy big man the whole year, Juju, no telling what they may pick up in the draft, that team may be a team that may be hard to beat. So that's one team that we might have to topple. I mean, because later in the year we may be neck and neck in those tiebreakers. You win 10 games, but Pittsburgh is tied with you, and you fail one game to them. That ruins a whole season, just that one game. So Pittsburgh, Tennessee, who was in the AFC Championship, and then this one may surprise you. The Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders. People are like, man, the Raiders. Who? They kind of make me nervous a little bit. You got Josh Jacobs in the backfield. You got Darren Waller, the tight end out there. You got Hunter Renfrow, the young slot receiver. And if they ever can get it together with Derek Carr and John Gruden, they may be a team that you might want to look out for. And on top of that, the next one is make the playoffs. After all this stuff I just said, if we don't do none of that, at least make the playoffs. Give us some extra football to watch in January, and not let the season be over in December. And the final thing, at least beat the Patriots once. If like I said earlier, if not now, win. So you have to beat the Patriots at least one time this season. So Sean McDermott, that wraps up your report card and expectations for the 2020 football season. Next topic. What if? Just kind of fun, maybe. Okay, I know it's been a lot of chatter amongst the Bills Mafia, Bills backers, that we might grab a receiver first round, right? But I've been hearing like T. Higgins, I've been hearing Chenault, and just we can't get them. Maybe somebody like Van Jefferson in the latter rounds and whatever, Tyler Johnson from Minnesota, right? But maybe I'm just throwing this out there. Like, what if we don't draft a receiver? You already got Duke Williams over there. There's no way in the world that this guy needs to be on the sideline, game day, healthy scratch, when he's showing you in practice that he's hungry. When he's showing you every day that he wants to be on the field. And we sit him down for Robert Foster. They just holding on to him because he a gunner. He can run down the field on special teams, but doesn't give us anything at all as far as like offense. That's the only thing you do, just go down there and tackle. You're a receiver. You're supposed to catch the ball. I know, like, if you're not like one of the main major starters, you're gonna have to play little special teams, stuff like that. That's part of the game. But did anybody miss Robert Foster in that Houston game? I didn't. I forgot all about him. But we knew Duke Williams was on the field. He was making big third down catches. He was getting separation. I think Duke Williams can turn out to be at least, at best, a great red zone target. Get you anywhere from 8 touchdowns or so a season. To me, if we don't get a receiver, it's not the end of the world. We in good hands. We're in good hands, I believe, if they just put the guy on the field. He's hungry, he comes to work, and he ready to play. How could you not put him out there? And that type of energy, I would want that on special teams to me. He might be the one that might lead the team in tackles on special teams. Very happy to be doing what I'm doing right now, podcast and YouTube videos. I started this because I'm very passionate about the Buffalo Bills. I'm very passionate about talking sports, NFL, NBA. If anybody knows me, I talk sports like I just really know what I'm talking about. I'm just an ordinary Bills fan, just trying to build a brand. And be looking for more from me in the upcoming weeks. I will be trying to post like weekly, from week to week. It's maybe first week or so, maybe kind of up in the air. But I think I will try to post the podcast and the YouTube video on Monday or Tuesdays when I have a chance. Let's build this thing. All about the Bills. I'm out.